Hook is Steven Spielberg's um, movie that I feel like for a long time was one of his most divisive movies, and maybe still is. This is the next installment in my Steven Spielberg series of reviews. I'm reviewing all of his movies. There's a few that I haven't been reviewing month to month, so you may have to dig for, like the Indiana Jones movies or The Color Purple, because I did reviews into new projects coming out, also Jurassic Park, things like that. So, also I did, a lot of that already. So, but for the most part, I'm reviewing all of his movies. I really like this movie. It took me a long time to really come around to it because this is a movie I tried to watch many times as like a 10 to 12-year-old and early teenager. I remember seeing that $5 DVD and trying to watch this movie, and I just couldn't do it because I didn't really get this movie. And now that I'm older and I have the, knowledge that I gained from watching The Fabelmans and doing research on Spielberg and his life, it changes this movie quite a bit. This movie, if basically, while Spielberg was making this movie, he was reconnecting with his own father, from what I understand, who he had a broken relationship with in many ways because of his parents' divorce, and also he was getting ready to be a dad himself. And so this is a movie about fatherhood and a role in a parent's life, a role in a parent to a child kind of relationship. It's also a movie about, not forgetting your childhood. It's a very unique movie in that regard. So this movie packs in a lot of emotions, and I think a lot of it is really magical in a lot of scenes of it. There's a lot of things that don't work in this movie. It's very tonally uneven. But I think the emotions of this movie are so powerful. Also, there's so many things that on rewatch I've really noticed that have only made the movie stronger. Like, for one, Peter tells his son early on in the movie not to hang near an open window. Well, how does Peter Pan fly in? Through an open window. He keeps the windows locked. Well, there's a symbol of what Peter's been doing to his childhood self. He's been keeping him locked out. Whether that's from his memory or just not wanting to re-engage with that part of himself. And so little details like this just make the emotions in this movie hit really hard. When You're Alone is just a great song. John Williams score. This is one of my favorite John Williams scores to any of his movies. And I think this movie has a great interpretation of Peter Pan and Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. I think where the pieces of the Peter Pan mythos kind of suffer here. So the Lost Boys feel like they take up so much of the movie, and characters like Rufio feel so dated in 90s that like when you watch this movie, it just ages the movie and also doesn't mesh with the rest of the tone of the movie, which is a lot more emotionally poignant. I mean, it just needed like a better mix of tones to work out. The sets of this movie and the effects in this movie are gorgeous for the most part. A lot of the effects with Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell aren't always the greatest, but she's really good in the part. And I think this movie, and Ron Williams is amazing of this movie because he has to convey a lot of tragedy in his character, a lot of moments of anger and frustration. That moment where he yells at his son just because he's on a fucking phone call for a business meeting is really heartbreaking and very powerful in Ron Williams. And just shut up! Like, the way he yells that is amazing. I don't know. Dustin Hoffman is amazing as Captain Hook. This is a version of Captain Hook who is just not. Now that Peter Pan's gone and older, he just wants to kill himself. He's just done with it. And now that Peter's kind of come back, it's immersed him in some kind of life again. I thought that stuff was really great. It's just a very powerful movie. Like I said, it has its flaws. It's not one of Spielberg's best. It is one of his most emotional, I think, though. And it does have one of his best scores to one of his movies. And maybe some of the best cinematography in a lot of sequences. This is very. And maybe some of his best performances, too. I don't know. Well, it's hard to say on performances. A lot of his movies have great performances, but it is really up there. This is a truly wonderful movie that I think in some ways gets worse with age, but also gets better with age for me. And it's a movie that I honestly have gotten to the point where every Christmas time I think about this movie and I think about revisiting this movie. Maybe it's the snow and the way the soundtrack sounds that just makes me think of that time. It's not really a Christmas movie, but it makes me think of Christmas in my mind. It's a very well done movie that I absolutely love. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.